Today's topic I will be taking on the subject, the sleeping slaves and the awoken masters. The sleeping slaves and the awoken master. You know, when you look at the pattern of existence, you find out that things are always addressed in two. Even in the Bible or other spiritual books, things are always addressed in two. For instance, when you have the up, you have also the down. You have darkness and then the light. You will see in most stories of the Bible that most cases two children are addressed. Jacob and Esau, Ishmael and Isaac. And then also we begin to also see the man of the flesh and that of the spirit, the woman and the man. It has always been two, used to reflect or convey wisdom to the hearers. So today, I'll be looking at slaves and master. And we have seen these words used to represent many things, even some activities of the past where people hold high the culture or the tradition of having a master having slaves. And you have the legal things that surround those activities. The one that suggests, for instance, that a servant is to serve the master for so years, and the master owns the right to own his own servants and even extend ownership to the servants or the slave's property. Like the slave's wife belongs also to the master. The slave's children belongs to the master because the master owns the slaves. So we've seen these run through history. We've seen it also run in kingdom, empires, especially those that practice the ruling by kings and his people. So the king becomes the master and he owns the people. He owns everything. He owns the land and owns the people. So the people and the land and everything is the king's property. Today we also have an advanced kind of slaves and master system but wonderfully dressed that you may not understand that it is the same process that is still working today. Now, I am not going to come from the dimension of the historical slave and master's idea, but I want to come from slave and master's idea in the area of truth. Who is a slave and who is a master? Because this truth concerns every one of us, including you that is hearing me now. That is why it is very important that you pay attention to this. A slave is that one that is asleep, and the master is the one that has awoken. I will explain this. You know, the Bible talks about awake, you who sleeps, rise from the death so that you will receive life. Because in your sleeping state, you are a slave. And in the state of awakening, you are a master. So when the scriptures say, awake, you who sleeps, it's saying that receive enlightenment, be conscious. In a state of sleep, you are not conscious. You don't know what is happening around you. So when you are tapped and say, wake up, you wake up. Now you are conscious. Now you know what is happening around you. Then you can take charge. But in the other state, the state of sleep, you cannot take charge of the things that happen around you. So if you cannot take charge, the things collapse on you because they happen for you. And if you are not awoken to manage, control, subdue, and rule over them, then they collapse. And when they collapse, it determines your state and your estate. So because they have collapsed, your state is the state of a slave. That is the only thing that makes you a slave. Another did not make you a slave. Because you were asleep, you entered the state of sleep, of unconsciousness. It now gave birth to your new state, because you identify yourself now in the state that you are in. That is why we say a slave, for instance, is a state of poverty. So that state, he receives his identity of poverty in the state that he found himself. So he sees himself as poor, underprivileged, because that is the state that he is. Now, when we say he sleeps, it's not a physical sleep. I'm not talking of someone who lie down on the bed and is physically sleeping. Just as the scriptures say that the one that has not come into enlightenment by the truth is dead or asleep. But the man is not addressed as being physically dead because he's walking around. We are all walking around. We are full of activities. We're busy. Everyone is busy in his or her own way or corner. But yet he is addressed as being asleep or unconscious or dead. Right in that state that he is, he finds his own identity compared to the one that is awoken. So let me tell you what the characteristics of a slave. A slave identifies himself in time and space as form. I'm going to take it a bit higher now. Because when I use the word poverty, I'm not saying that a master is one who is physically rich. Because when you use the word poverty, then the mind goes to money, material possession, influence, power, and all of those things that we see in the physical. Now, the slave is the one that identifies himself in time and in space as form. He believes himself to be form. Form is anything that is visible, the visible realm, and everything that is attached to the visible realm. Therefore, he could be rich, but yet he's still a slave. He could own the whole world, control the whole world, and still be a slave. Because if master will mean physical accumulation of physical wealth or money, then we have seen people in our world today who really have accumulated and have achieved in places of power, but yet their action portray the one that is asleep. Because they have identified themselves to be what they possess. They identify themselves to be the power that they possess, the influence that they possess, the material wealth that they possess. So they live by that identity because they are unconscious. And that is why they do what they do. The person has read, he's now a professor in medicine or whatever area of academic that he has gone so high. But yet, when you watch the function, how he manipulates his own world with his medical intelligence and control and manipulate things, you will know that his identity has been derived by the degree that he has obtained and the influence that followed it. A slave is out there fulfilling outer purpose. That is another way you know a slave. Is busy fulfilling outer purpose, while a master is fulfilling inner purpose. A slave is absent. Sometimes he is in the past, sometimes in the future, or vice versa. But the master is present, he is now. Because a slave has a definition in space and time, which is form, he believes that he is just a man. The scripture warns against that. I have said that ye are gods. Now, the definition of a god is I am. The one that is now, present. I am, not I was or I will be. These are past and future. I was, I will be. No. The name of a God is I am now. So if a God is I am, then he is not part of time and space. Neither is he defined in form or as form. That is the mind of a master. So you can see clearly now that I'm not talking of the definition of master in the mind of the world, because the world defined master as those who have financially achieved, academically achieved, those who rule over nation, those who rule industrially, those who rule in the manner of power, weapons, the splitting of atoms in a way that it doesn't only kill one or two. Now you can use the technology of this element, atoms. Now you can kill thousands at the same time just by the pressing of a button. So we blindly celebrate such and call them the masters, the one who are masters of the world. No, these are slaves. Yes, these are slaves. The mind of a slave, again, is characterized with this duality. He believes that he is different from another, and he is different from the one and from the all. The mind of a true master is that he is the same as the one and also the same with the all. Because we are not divided anyway. There is no duality. It's one. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. One body, one spirit, one baptism, one Lord, one God, one Father, who is in all, through all, above all. That enlightenment is the bet of a master. So he's not defined on how much of the physical material acquired or earthly power that he controls. Those are not criteria for the definition of a master. These things are not prerequisites for the definition of a master. So the blind brings in these things to define what a master is. It's just like saying the blind is defining the blind. Do we mix up with such mind where we define the great by the things that they possess, Or have we entered into enlightenment that would define the great by his enlightenment and the oneness with truth? Because there is just one truth. And this is the definition of the one truth for masters, for the gods. You see, there is one word that is so wonderful, that is consciousness. The master is a conscious personality. What is consciousness? Consciousness means knowing yourself to be what is and what is now. Every other thing is a drama. It's just like the earthly dramatic setting. The people come there to play their role, but yet they are not the role that they play. I'm just using the physical drama to send a point. Cannot explain it all, what I'm trying to get at, but it will actually help to send a point. So when you arrange the platform, you give each one their own script. So they rehearse it and they're going to play that part. But in their natural being or in their normal setting, they are not that thing that they're going to play. So you see, a decent father, he is asked to go and play the role of a murderer. So he plays that role in the dramatic platform. So when he goes out of there, he is not that murderer. He is actually a decent father at home. All right? This world of experience that is projected in time and space is a drama. And everyone is subjected to this drama as long as you're born into this section of time, into the physical arena, you are in the drama. So the drama is your experience. Space, for instance, is a facility for experience. Without space, you cannot have any experience. Time is a facility for changes. Changes in experience. And we know that every change takes time, because all of these things happen in space and time. So that is why the experience, you need to change in your experience. But there is a fullness of time in the face of this experience where you collide with your last experience, because the time is full. At that time, you wake up, then you are a master. This is your true person. It's just like when the stage is over, the person comes out to go home and become his true father, decent father who works in a nice place and has children and his wife, But when he plays the role on the platform in that dramatic scenario, he plays as a murderer or some mysterious part that was given to him to play. So in the divine drama, you dramatize these things that you are not. as part of your experience. Most of them will be called evil. Wow, that thing is so evil. What that one did is a drama. It's not you. And you are dramatizing this in space and in time. And you'll be going through changes in this dramatic experience. And each of your changes will be needing time for each of your changes in all of this experience. But there is what the Bible calls in the fullness of time. In all of this experience, but it will come the fullness of time where Jesus is revealed. It means truth. Enlightenment comes to each one in the fullness of time. And then you know who you are. That you have never left your place. Your place is God. You've never left heaven. You have been heaven. The father went on the platform to play the role of a murderer. He never left his position as a father, as a decent man at home. So when the fullness of time, when the drama is finished, he knows that because in the drama he could be taken away in the realm of mind and play the part so wonderfully as if he were really a murderer or that mysterious part that he played. But when the game is over, everything drops down and then he comes back to reality. Wow, I am this. So as we are all in this dramatic experience, we are who we are. But in the dramatic experience, we are asleep. So in that stage or that realm, we are slaves. So everyone that is there playing this drama, you could be rich, you could be the president of a nation, you could own hundreds of industries, live in the richest country in the world, or have so much money, enjoy the privilege of so much party. Hey, you are asleep and you are a slave, because those dramatic events are not you. So in the fullness of time, you are expected to wake up as a master. Because we know that those dramatic events, if we look at the drama in the world, they are all full of pain, hurt, ruling over others, destroying to achieve, killing to dominate or to gain advantage, fear, and everything running in this dramatic platform. But that is not who the person really is. So in that place, he's a slave. Because right in there, he has defined himself to be form. He owns 5 businesses. Now he is his business, a businessman. That is his definition. He rules the nation. He is the president of that nation. He lives so pleased. He wants to have so houses. He defined himself by everything that happened in space and time. But that is a dream world, an illusion. It doesn't really exist. The drama that we are playing in this space and time does not really exist. And that is why they say that nothing you bring in, nothing you take away. But yet men blindly go on identifying themselves to be what those drama tell them. So he is there studying as an architect. He says he's an architect, and everything defines him as there. That is where his emotion comes from. His mind is set there. Everything he does is set in that place. And that is why he can be, a scientist and manipulate the world, even if many will have to die. Because he has not waken up as a master. So in that blind state, he's unconscious. Unconscious. So in every way that we are, it is needful that we wake up as master, because our true image is master. And who is a master? A master is actually the one that has woken up. Now he knows that the stage is a drama. So as he still engaged in space and time, he engaged now as an observer. He observed the drama, but as a master. That is the awoken master. So now from a master's position, he arranges, controls, and design the drama. What do I mean? Take for instance, you are a lawyer or an architect, an academician, a president of a nation, or whatever you are. You're working in a company, you have your own business, whatever you're doing in this drama. But you are not the drama, you are an observant. That is the one that has woken up. So you have now the privilege, the wisdom as a master to arrange this drama. You will have to say, this one is not good. This has to be this. So as an architect, this is what I do. So even if you are tempted to be evil, to be mysterious, you will refuse it, because you cannot observe what you are doing. Just like the scripture say, observing your mind. Go within yourself and search what you are doing. Control, discipline yourself. The one that can do this is the one that have stepped out as a result of awakening. He now sit and observe the drama of life, and then he can manipulate. You see, the one that is just inside the drama, is sleeping inside the drama, but full of activities, that one is a slave. He thinks that he is the drama itself. He identifies himself as the drama. So wherever the wind blows, that is how it goes. That one is destructive. So that is why we have many destructive energy in our world today as human beings. Men and women who are asleep in this dramatic world that we are all engaged in. The sleeping slaves and the awoken master. There are so many things to say. It will be addressed in the next episode of the same subject. But let me round this up by telling you this. The scripture talks of consciousness, that you be conscious of presence. When you are present, you control things, even unforgiveness, irritation, anger, and bitterness, or the kind of life that affects you or affect others, that will grieve you and cause you pain, most of which we have engaged ourselves in, and we have seen the result. Those things will not happen again if you move from slave to master. You are awoken in consciousness. Now you are conscious as you do things. Nothing rubbish, nothing evil can survive in a man that is present. The man that is present means the man that is conscious. You will also have a right identity because you are present. But when you are absent, everything can actually exist. Everything goes because you are not there. The real you is not there. The real you is not there. Why? The real you is sleeping. That is why it's not there. So everything goes. So whatever, however they want to, hey, is it this side? Yeah, we are there. Is it this side? Yes, we are there. Everything goes. The reason is just that you are sleeping. So you crush yourself, crush others, then we are angry about what is happening in our world, but yet you are part of it. You're blaming this. You see, such people, they always blame others. The president, the country is this, the governor, they are doing rubbish. But yet, if you look at your own setting, the same blindness. You're blind and not really there to master and direct what is going on in your life, because you have come out of time, because you are not time. You see, when you die before you die, you will find out that there is no death. That is wisdom. Think of it. So if you come out of time and space, you will find out that you are not really anything that is in time and space. You are not your house. You are not your business. You are not money. You are not influence. You are not power. You are not this. It gives you ease, and then you become master. The Bible said they that are spiritually minded, he said they obtain life and peace. Because now you definitely, when you are awoken, you are still functioning on this earth. But now you function on earth as the one that does not belong to earth. It's all filled up in the scripture that we read in church. We are in this world, but we are not of this world. That is what it means. So if you are not of this world, you will sit down as one observing what you are doing in this world, and you will be managing it. That is an enlightened master. So you'll be shifting and say, no, it shouldn't go like that. That is where you can say no to this, yes to this, this, no, we don't do it this way. No, I don't accept this. No, I can't do this. No, I can't hurt this. No, I will not do this because this one will hurt. This one will disorganize the system of the world. I'm here to bless the world. I'm here to do this. So you have to come out of it and sit as a master. Because at the end of it all of those activities vanishes. It's gone. If it's difficult to believe, think of your father, your grandfather, mother and grandmother. They are existed in time and spaces. No matter the houses that they build, they don't live there now. They're gone. That time and space is gone because they don't belong there. But yet they are not dead. None of them is dead. No one dies. Because the real you is eternal and everlasting. So it is the real you that comes out in that enlightenment and then observe the dramatic thing that is happening in space and time from beginning to the end. And then it's going to go. It's gone. But you are not gone. Okay. Thank you. This is wonderful. We're going to continue on our next opportunity. Part 2 will be coming, and stay tuned. Bye.